And we're live. Welcome, everybody, to A Nice Place to Brew. I'm Jason.
And I'm Polly.
Welcome to our weekly webcast. Today is February 11th. We do the webcast every Thursday, available on YouTube and Facebook at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Our website is www.aniceplacetobrew.com. Our website, or not our website, all of our past episodes are available on our YouTube page. We've been doing weekly episodes since the beginning of COVID-19, so there's plenty of videos there. If you do not want to wait until next Thursday to catch the material here. We also have a podcast under the same name, A Nice Place to Brew, that's available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and all the places you get your podcast from. And we are on social media under A Nice Place to Brew and Nice Place to Brew. George has the night off. He is enjoying sunny, warm Florida while we are freezing our asses off here in the Midwest.
What a jerk.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But no, we wish him a very, very nice time. Enjoy the weather while you have it, and we will see you here next week. Paulie, how are you today, sir?
I'm good. How you doing, Mr. Jason?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Good.
I've got a topic that I'm interested in talking with you about.
All right.
We have long talked here on the webcast. Well, you know what? Let's not even get into the topic yet. Let's get to the important stuff. What are you drinking?
Yeah. Well, I am drinking I Can't Take It Anymore, which is a pun on a Billy Joel tune, which is my APA that it just got released today. It's 43 IBUs, 6.1%, and it's damn good. What are you drinking on? Oh, and also I got this, speaking of a couple episodes ago, this adjunct craziness from Little Beaver. It's like a lacto cookie brownie dough cinnamon something. I don't know. Let's get a shot.
Very sweet, I assume.
Oh God, I'm gonna go into diabetic coma if I drink this whole fucking sample. Hey,
What are the flavors that come through?
definitely the maple.
Okay.
Yeah. Maple, cinnamon. I'm not getting the brownie dough, whatever the hell that is. The lacto, obviously, but that's actually masked by this maple. It's very maple forward.
Okay.
I just saw in the comments section, we got Nick and Ivy on. Hey, Paul, you want to join us for fine? Yes or no? We'll send you the link.
Nick and Ivy out of Lockport, Illinois. Great guys, great beer.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Well, speaking of other great guys, I have a beer from our friends at Will County Brewing Company. This has come up in recent episodes. I don't remember if it came up 2 weeks ago or not. This is called Bam Bam Loves Pebbles. It is a cereal-flavored wheat beer. I enjoy it very much, and I am down to... This is not my last can. I have one more in the fridge, and then it's gone.
Oh,
I know, exactly. So back to the beer store for me.
all right. You can just go get it from them.
If it's still available, yes.
I think.
We shall see.
That does go quickly. I know they just released it today. I think. I tried. Yeah. Well, I just saw the post today. So they must have re-released it.
All right. Well, I may be going down to Shorewood in a couple of days.
Yeah, right.
Cool.
I had they canned something the other day. I stopped in there, was it Tuesday, to drop off a crawler for Ricky D, our buddy Doug, and he wasn't there, so Karen Tank, the bartender, gave me a sample of it. I got it, and I thought it was pretty good. I forgot what it was though, but it was another sweet adjunct one. Yeah, okay. I thought I was going to get out of doing this milkshake beer because I didn't have the yeast, but those guys at Omega came through with me, and I'm going to show up at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Damn it! Fuck. So what do you? Oh, we already know what you're drinking. The Bam Bam Loves Pebbles.
Yes.
So that's cool.
Yes, it is.
Anything else in backup?
I do. I've got a keg of my Baltic Porter, which I still have plenty of, and I could see myself diving into right as soon as I see this glass empty.
Okay.
The fridge is a little light right now,
Oh yeah.
which is a
Well,
little unusual. I have not made a trip to the store in a while. I have just I'm sure you can relate to this, and I think a lot of the beer geeks out here that enjoy our weekly webcasts can relate to this. It's easy to find yourself in a position where your fridge just has a random can of stuff just here and there, not like full packs. You have like one can of this, one can of that, and oh whoa, there's a bottle of stuff that I had from last summer. Does that ring true for you?
oh god, I got bottles in there that I just in my beer fridge because I probably clear my beer fridge out like once a year. When I get that solid row in the back of stuff that you're like, you got your friends are
Yeah.
like, oh, what's this? I'm like, no, no, you don't want to drink that. No, 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 you don't
Yeah,
want to drink
yeah.
it at all. Yeah, I get that. But then,
Yeah.
but then you always get them one gems of like, oh hey, look, I got a back when Goose Island had when Bourbon County was in 12-ounce bottles, and you'd get like that random 3-year-old Goose Island Bourbon County back there that you completely forgot about. That's been cellaring in your fridge for 2 years. You're like, ooh, what do we got here?
I do not have a beer that great that's been in the fridge for that long, but wow, that would be quite a catch if you were to just magically discover a 2-year-old Bourbon County in the fridge.
Oh yeah, I still have one. I think I got 2013, still a 12-ounce bottle, sitting in my house, stashed somewhere. I drunkenly hide these things from myself, so I don't drink them. So, and every now and then I'll clean something up and be like, well, this is a random place for a bottle of beer. What do we got here? Oh, hey, look.
Paulie, I think you're in very good company with that. You're not alone by any means. Let's ask the listeners this. What are the other just unique beer geek habits that you all have? Leave us a comment.
Yeah,
Send
this
us a
will be
message.
fun.
I think this will be really great. So it doesn't have to be tonight. It'd be great if it was tonight. You can drop us a line. We can continue talking about this. But if not, hey, just drop us a message. It'll be out there for future shows.
Oh yeah, you never know. I still want to do our one topic where we tell our horror stories of all the things that's gone wrong in our years of brewing. Because you know what? I got a few of them. I'll tell you what.
I think we need like a panel for that.
That would
Seriously.
yeah. We'd have to
Is
get,
that not the best topic for a panel? Just among people we know?
yeah. Yeah, we could do that. Probably get like you, me, and get the four of us, get Scott back on again, and then we'll get a couple other homebrewers at the same time. It'd be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. So let's. I mean,
Sharing is not going well here. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here and
trying to share your links. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh.
In this, it's
Yeah,
not
Paul-
allowing me to do it the same way as I used to be able to do it.
Oh, gotcha. Well, Paul just responded that he's got to head back to the brewery. So, all right, Paul, I get it. Come on down. I got the beer gun ready for you. You just got to supply your own CO2 tank because he's wanting to use my beer gun to see if it would be justified for him to buy one. And I'm getting ready to, as you can tell, like we said earlier, I'm doing the, let me see if I can get it. You see that barrel right there to my right? One closest to the wall, that's going to be empty. That's going to be empty within the next 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah. And we are bottling that. I'm going to empty that, put that in the fermenter. I have like 2/3 of unbarrel aged beer to blend with it. And I'm going to I got 180 bottles. So March 20th of this year, you're hearing it right now. First bottle release of Route 66 Old School Brewing, and our second barrel from our barrel project that is in its infant age.
That is awesome. Right after St. Patrick's Day.
Yep. And yeah, it's gonna it's got a lot to do with what we've been dealing with in the past year. So, because that actually they got shut down the day they filled that barrel. Or we all got shut down and locked out of the bars. the day they filled that barrel.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that does time out to that.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Well, so that's very, very appropriate. Have you sampled it?
You've actually sampled it with us.
That was that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you've actually tried it too.
Okay.
Now you're ringing a bell?
It is ringing a bell, yes.
Remember I got a little bit on the floor I had to mop up the next day?
Yes.
Because I couldn't get the stupid nail back in there.
Oh, man. Well, I tell you, people, you're in for a treat. So if you need another reason to visit Paulie over at Route 66 Old School Brewing in Wilmington, Illinois, March 20th is the barrel release, right after St. Patrick's Day. Yep. I certainly will be there, and I hope you are too.
Yeah, and actually, the week before, that Sunday before our barrel release, my dumbass is doing the Polar Plunge for the second year in a row.
Oh, okay. Let's hear more.
We actually, I was looking through my emails one day on one of my. I always use my Mondays and Fridays to try and be my kind of mellow days of like ordering, recipe development, getting stuff ready for the week. I stumbled upon an email and I sent it to Tina, my owner, and she's like, you want to do something here? I'm like, yeah. So we got the ball rolling. We got a team. So if you want to join us, Jason, you can join our team and jump in some ice cold water with us.
Listen, what's the charity that it benefits?
Special Olympics.
Special Olympics. I am totally on board with supporting charities. Special Olympics is an excellent one. I don't know if I could live through a Polar Plunge.
Okay, well then you can give me some money. You can sponsor me. We need a nice place to brew. Needs to sponsor it.
Okay, done.
All right,
you got it. You were sponsored.
Yes, I've already posted the link, so you can just go. You go on my page, and you can probably bidding on Facebook, and you can look through some past posts, and I got the sponsorship page right there.
Right on.
Hi, Lauren. What's up?
God, I was coming to distract you.
Oh, my beer tender's trying to distract me behind the camera.
So, are we ready to talk homebrew?
Yeah, let's talk some homebrew.
Okay. Before we do, I do see that we have some listeners that are joining us. If you're listening to us for the first time, welcome. This is a nice place to brew. We do our webcast every Thursday here on Facebook and YouTube. All of our past episodes are on our YouTube page. We have a home brewing topic that we're going to be talking about tonight, and that is first wort hopping. And just to set this up a little bit, I have been brewing for 6+ years now, and I had never heard of first wort hopping until last night. And it came up at a homebrew meeting that both Paulie and I were attending. So this is another reminder of just how amazing it is to belong to a homebrew club, to have a community of brewers that you can bounce ideas off of, exchange ideas, best practices, worst practices. It's fantastic. And this is just yet another reminder of that for me, because I never would have heard of first wort hopping if I was not part of this group. So, Paulie, can you explain just in a brief way just what first wort hopping is?
So right after you're done vorloffing, right as you start your first wort collection, right when you start collecting your wort in your kettle, you put your bittering addition in. That's all you're doing. And that's pretty much what first wort is, the first part of the wort. Kind of like your first runnings. Like you always, when you take like your first runnings reading, you just add hops at that same time. That's pretty much what first wort hopping is. And from what I understand, they say it's supposed to mellow out the hops. I've done it once before. I have my mixed reviews on it, but I can't talk bad about it because I know some pro brewers that do it and they swear by it. So it's kind of a to each their own situation. If it works for you, have at it. Have some fun with it. And I have also heard of bittering. I've never done it, but Jason, have you ever heard about bittering in the mash tun?
That was another topic that came up last night. Another thing that I've heard of for the very first time. I did not have time to research that though. I'm interested though. Do you have? I want to get into this first wort hopping in more detail, but do you have a lot of background about that mash edition hops?
No, I've read a little bit about it, but I honestly don't know anybody that's ever done it or anything like that. That's kind of, to me, that was always one of those things. I'm like, it didn't make sense. So, but a lot of things
That's
I've
kind
done.
of how I feel about it, but I'm sure there's probably a point of reasoning behind that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to punt that into a future show, feature topic once
Oh,
we
yeah,
know
for
a little
sure.
bit more. Yeah,
I have to do a little bit more research on it. Just give me a couple articles to figure it out.
yeah.
Uh,
First wort hopping, as Paulie had mentioned, is adding your hops to your wort in the minutes prior to boiling. And that may sound foreign to a lot of people because we're used to a structure that means hop additions during, early boil addition, late boil addition, whirlpool, dry hop, to double dry hop, and that's pretty much it as far as the hop additions go. So this is kind of throwing that structure for a little bit of a loop because you'd be adding your hops before your boil even starts. Paulie, you'd mentioned correctly what the potential benefit for this is. It can create a softer, more rounded bitterness than adding your bittering hops during a rolling boil. So there's an article here that we posted here on the A Nice Place to Brew Facebook page that talks about a couple of experiments that were done around this, and apparently the results of the experiment were favorable to this first wort hopping that we're talking about. So
interesting. Now you got me curious. You're going to make me want to try and do this now.
I'm kind of tempted to too. Yeah,
I would say definitely, if you've never done it, Jason, at least try it so you know for yourself. I mean, like we talked off air, like I said, I've done it before, but for me, I always like to just lower my bittering addition and throw what I would throw in a bittering addition in the back end. That's like a lot of times, but I'm making, I always like real low, if you, Jason, you had my beers, they're real hoppy, but they're not very bitter all the time.
that's true.
But I get a lot of the flavor and aroma out of it. And that's just a way to manipulate the hops. Just like first wort hopping or the whole haze craze, how they do it. The double dry hop, the high Croatian dry hop. I mean, the list goes on for how they make, how you can add your addition to the hops.
Right. 2 studies confirmed that the wort hopping or first wort hopping will increase your bittering units without increasing the perceived bitterness. So that lends to the points that you were talking about, Paulie, about just having a smoother finish.
Don't stick to the back of your taste buds right here in the back of your throat, like on your way home.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this APA I made, I'm really impressed with. Did you get to try? You got to try some of it.
I did. That porter that you brought, though, I was all over that.
Oh, you mean the black IPA?
But I still, it's still completely stuck in my head, and it's not going to go away that was not a coffee porter. You can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah, well, I can show you the brew sheet. I could show you the brew sheet next weekend.
I'm not arguing that. I mean, my taste buds were like, I am drinking a very, very nice coffee porter.
And actually, I talked to a few of the pro guys in the club too, and I've already got my changes ready to be made next time I make it. So, and it's kind of funny that we speak about that because I think it was yesterday or today. I don't know if you saw it, Jason, on one of the many fucking beer pages we all belong to on Facebook. Someone talking about how it seems like this year there's a small resurgence of black IPAs coming back out. Revolution, the holiday hero, that's a black IPA. Bell's has got their black IPA. It seems like a lot of people are starting to come back with a classic style. That was almost like a forgotten style of beer. I mean, for Christ's sake, it has its own BJCP guidelines for it.
Yes, it does. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to cast shade on any of the BJCP structure or anything like that, but isn't that interesting that there is a category for black IPAs, and there is not a category for New England IPAs yet.
There is. Oh no, not in BJCP.
Right.
But
because I think that's still the specialty IPA. I think is as close as it has.
yeah, I think you usually put that under the experimental. Like when I got my
exactly.
silver with Polly's truck, that was I threw it under the experimental. But the thing is you got to make sure you write in your notes what kind of thing you're going for. But when you if you want to take one step above, you go to the GABF. You know, for the pro people, they got four categories for hazies. And it's been like that for like 2 or 3 years now.
Okay. I did not know that. So they're working off a different structure of beer styles than the BJCP has?
Yep.
Okay. Well, can we mesh those two worlds together, please?
Well, we gotta talk to the higher ups. I'm just some guy down here in a little mini brewery down here. And
I'm right with you, man. I'm in the, I'm just a home brewer from the suburbs. That's it.
Well, actually, if you go in Beersmith, Jason, they do have a New England IPA category in Beersmith.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. This illustrates a good point. So GABF has one structure, the BJCP has another structure, and Beersmith has its own structure as well. So
it's just a matter of time before BJCP jumps on board.
Well, but then Beersmith is the one that's lagging behind the times then.
Yeah.
Potentially. My point is the structures for these very widely recognized platforms for craft beer and home brewing should be the same. And you're going to save a lot of confusion across all people that are participating.
Mm-hmm. Like I remember
BJCP, get your shit together.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't swear much on this show. Get your shit together. Get a damn category for New England's already.
Yeah, I know, right? So I don't have to enjoy. So again, it's kind of funny when you go under experimental IPA, then you're going up against a brute or some of these other crazy things. I think milkshake's still in the experimental. Thank God.
I believe that.
You're slushy. You're this. You're that.
Yeah.
I'm dreading tomorrow. I'm telling you, I'm dreading it. But 25 pounds of milk sugar, really.
Wow.
Yeah.
25 pounds. Oh my gosh.
Half a bag of milk sugar. I don't know.
25 pounds is just a half a bag?
Yeah, because the milk sugar back in my dry storage is 50 pounds.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it comes like in the same thing as a grain bag, doesn't it? Same type of thing.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's but it's more of a paper bag. It's not like the nylon, plastic, knitted bags like we would normally see. It's like it's almost like a grocery bag, a paper grocery bag.
Oh.
But it's double. It's
okay. I got it. Okay.
It's like three layers,
Yeah. Okay.
Like I know a lot of like if you look in like the bulk grains, a lot of the flake stuff comes like that. Like your flaked oats, your flaked wheat, your flaked barley, flaked maize, flaked corn. I mean, the list goes on and on. It comes in those styles of bags.
So let's make a lesson for the homebrewers out there. If you're using lactose, like in the example of what you're making tomorrow, how far into your boil are you going to dump that lactose?
Last 10 minutes.
Last 10 minutes. Okay. What's your rationale?
What do you mean? What's my rationale?
What's your rationale? I mean, you could do it at an earlier point of the boil. Why 10 minutes?
Because a couple times I've actually added lactose to the only beer style that lactose should be in my eyes. Sorry, all you people that love that crap. Milk stouts. Milk stouts are the only thing that really should have lactose in it. And when I went back at a couple of my milk stout recipes, that was the last 10 minutes of the boil. And actually, I think if you look, mostly everybody, that's when they're doing it. Because it's an unfermentable sugar.
Right.
So it doesn't need really meld in the boil like you would be doing from, when you're with your work collection. So
Yes.
that's why I did it. I mean, and then after, because like I've said before, when I build a recipe, I mean, granted, I've been doing this for 10 plus years now, and I have a basic idea of what almost every grain does that I've used out there, and I just I wing it, and we'll see how it goes usually. And I think I've had pretty good luck so far. I wing a few beers down here,
Yeah.
and they end up. So far, I haven't had a turd yet. And the only beer I've ever had to dump was because doing a kettle sour and it ended up boiling while I wasn't here. My poor bartender had to clean up after my mess. But we'll save that. We'll save the rest of that story for our panel. I got plenty of them stories.
Yes. So let's just put that out into the universe now. We're going to have a future episode where we're going to have a panel of pro brewers, and
home
the
brewers.
topic is going to be the biggest mistake that you made on a brew day.
I mean, hell, Jason, you got your first one that you could say that you almost made that I caught.
Oh yeah, almost, yes. But I'll tell you, if I do go on to a nice career brewing beer, if that's the worst mistake that I make, I will feel pretty good about myself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've told you what I've done here so far, and I've only been here for. Can you believe I've been here for 5 months already? Almost 5 months.
Wait a second. What?
I started at the end of September.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow. See, well, no, that is right, because I put that on a similar timeline to when I got married, because I got married shortly after you started there.
Yeah, I think it was about a month after I started here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was about a month.
Man, time flies.
I know, right? See,
When you're having fun.
Yeah, exactly. I'm coming up to the point where I've been here longer than my predecessor. Now I just gotta be here longer than the first guy, and I'm in like Flynn. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you are the third brewer at Route 66. Okay.
I am. But actually, I'm gonna try and get the first guy on here because I've been talking to him. I'll see if I can get him on here. I'm gonna see if I can get David on here one night.
He's in Colorado, right?
No, he's at Moore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's at Moore.
Oh, no. You know, I was thinking of the guy from
Hailstorm.
Hailstorm. That's where he packed up and went to, right?
Yeah. That's where.
Okay,
that's where my predecessor was to go take the assistant brewer's position over at Hailstorm.
Right.
So.
Well, I've been to Moore many times, and their beer is fantastic.
Yeah.
The well respected brewery, Moore Brewing Company out of Villa Park, Illinois.
He's actually working at the production facility in Huntley. I don't know if you knew this, but they have a huge.
That's right. They did open that second location.
Yeah, they got a huge production facility.
Yeah.
In Huntley, and it was funny because right when I first started talking to him, because I've had a few recipes that the owners wanted to bring back that did good here. Like, hey, Paul, why don't you take your chance at it? And I have, and I've had a few questions. So luckily, this guy, I reached out to him, and he's helped me out. And actually, he's been my go-to guy with this milkshake beer that I'm brewing tomorrow. He's the one. He's been kind of like my guru right now, helping me out develop this milkshake beer. And that being said, look out, because when I start, once this is ready to go, I'm gonna end up. I'm gonna have a bunch of one-offs because they're all my. I'm just doing a basic milkshake beer. And I'm gonna do a bunch of 5-gallon one-offs, like pomegranate and this and that. Because this is more of a research and development for us. So
doing the 5-gallon samples. So yeah, of course. Yeah.
I don't want to commit 2.5 barrels to something that is going to be a turd.
No, for the kind of money that it takes to make 100 gallons of beer.
Or
should you?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I told you, Owen. I got all the stuff ready. Oh wait, I can't wait, Jason. 2 weeks from Sunday, buddy.
Yeah.
We're gonna be brewing 20 barrels of beer.
Oh man, I'm so looking forward to that.
Right?
Oh man.
Like, it was so funny when George was like, "I'm not jealous." I'm like, "I know you are. Just jump in your fucking car and get over here." He's like, "But I can't play golf." I'm like, "I got golden tea in my back room. Come over here and play golden tea."
Did they move in the machines already?
Oh yeah, okay, we're alive right now.
They're all there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, our entertainment games, the owner wasn't impressed with some of the games because these poor, like, I felt sorry for the technicians. They brought everything out. We had golden tea, we had a touch tunes, a jukebox, and then we had a dartboard. They were all old and dirty. None of them worked. Like, they had to work on all of them. So he finally just said, "You know what? Get rid of these and give me some different games." So we're like, all of us are really pushing to get the dartboard back and at least have the golden tea on the dartboard. So we're pushing for that. Did I send you pictures, Jason, of the new room?
See, what I remember seeing is pictures on the wall, and I think there was like a station there for where the video poker machines are going to go.
Yeah.
And I think that was it from the
You didn't
pictures
see
that I recall.
You didn't see the murals?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
they were very nice, very cool.
Yeah, that was our local artist. That was the same guy that did the mural. I think he did this mural back here of the old existing brewery here, and the old brewery here in Wilmington from the 1890s that closed down in like early 1910, like right before the Roaring '20s. So probably during the Great War, it shut down, and it was kind of nice because you want to know something I found out. Their water source is the same as my water source in town, the Kankakee River.
The Kankakee River.
Yes, which, my God, last week I felt so bad because the owners wanted they came up to Blue Island to go meet Brian with me.
Yeah.
And they can only stay for an hour. They had to leave right away because they had a frozen pipe here. They had frozen pipes and there was no water here at the brewery.
That is a problem.
Well, luckily enough, my owner Steve's a very, very smart guy, and he said he got it fixed in a half hour. So I was like, even better. Sweet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done, man.
Yeah.
Wow. That could have been a disaster. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I may have had Monday off.
So back to your milkshake IPA. You are not doing a first wort hopping.
No.
For this on this brew day, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Are you willing to talk a little bit about just what your hop edition schedule is going to be like for this?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm not gonna share the page, but
no. Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out. Hold on.
Sure.
Let me find it. Where is it? Oh, you wouldn't believe how many recipes that I went from an empty. In 5 months, I went from an empty recipe database. I got almost 2 pages of recipes here.
Nice.
All right. My first edition is hold on. Last 10 minutes of the boil. Actually, yeah, so with my lacto, I'm adding my first hop edition, and then I am doing
10. Okay, your lacto edition was the last 10 minutes, right?
Correct, and that's what I'm doing. My bittering edition, as they call it.
Okay.
And then it's all whirlpool, and that's it. To be honest with you.
So the hop edition schedule for milkshake IPAs kind of resembles making a New England.
Exactly.
It's all late editions. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing. But the one thing that David did tell me was especially when you're making milkshakes, you don't really want to do a bunch of no high craisin, no double dry hop, none of that stuff. Because a lot of times when you're adding all your puree into your fermenter, that's just a recipe for disaster with your with trying to get everything out when you're trying to keg it up, package it.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, because when I was telling you before when I was doing my when I did Polly's truck, I told you about the mess that I made and trying to clean up the fermenter afterwards. I had Trube everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And it was kind of funny because I wanted to call it a night. I really wanted to call it a night and just go home and clean it up the next day. And I looked at this place and I can't leave this. I can't do it.
Can you imagine how sticky it would be the next day?
No, you know how sticky I was the next day? Hell, you saw me the next day, now that I think about it, because you came down and tried some Polly's truck. You saw I was wearing my khaki.
That was that same day?
That was the next day, because I wore the
okay.
same
Okay.
I was brewing that day, too, so I was wearing the
same.
Yeah. I'm not going to trash 2 pairs of pants in one day.
No.
In 2 days, I'll just keep getting this one dirty and then wash it. I almost need another thing of another wardrobe so I can have my brew clothes and then my non-brew clothes, and I got my fully clothes.
That's absolutely the way to go.
Yeah, for sure.
If you have not done that already, you're 5 months in. Yes, there should be, clothes for brewing, clothes for not brewing.
Well, at least my clothes for it's not every day. It's not like plumbing. I might get dirty here, but it's nothing like being a plumber. I'll tell you that right now. There's no corn involved yet. Well, there is no corn involved, but not that way. Not that way. But we won't talk about that. I don't talk about that professionally anymore.
But let me float one question by you on that front. How close can the parallels be between a career as a pipe fitter and a career as a plumber?
Night and day difference.
Night and day different. Okay. Well, I guess the one area of common ground that you could point to is the fact that you're working with pumps in a brewery.
Uh-huh. Pumps and lines and pressures, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I got all that.
Yeah.
That's actually what's really made me excel in brewing. And because I know how things flow. I know you need air, you need this, you need that. That's what's really helped. That's probably why I grasped brewing so much, was being a
I agree with
plumber
that.
forever. I know what needs to be done.
Well, here's the opposite of that, because I don't have that background as a pipe fitter, and that was maybe my biggest learning curve of going from a homebrew setup to a professional setting when I was helping you out.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
Yeah, that was quite a leap.
Oh yeah. Well, I hope you retain some of that, because you're even my go-to guy here on the 21st.
Well, not only have I retained that, but I have not one but 2 opportunities to grow upon that, and I'm so excited for that. Back-to-back weekends. This is what I need to kind of solidify these processes.
Well, I'm gonna warn you right now. The weekend after the big brew day here, it's gonna be nothing. I mean, nothing. It was just kind of funny because the owners went up to Blue Island on Sunday with me, and we brought them back into the brew house, and seeing those big 16, 20 barrel fermenters, and it's kind of funny because Tina looks at me and is like, "So this is nothing compared to our little piece of shit brewery." I'm like, "Hey, calm down, leave the brewery alone." She was just so amazed that we're going on, we're going to be working on a system like that. Which then there's another thing on another end. I'm actually going to be helping them because we're going to be carrying a bunch of it, and there will be 4-packs available. So look out for those in April or May.
Yeah. I mean, this is a joint project between Route 66 and Blue Island, correct?
Correct. Yes.
So this will be on tap eventually at Route 66.
And yep, we're gonna have it on
will.
tap. We'll have it on tap and in cans.
That is awesome.
4 packs
20
to go.
20 barrels is what we're doing.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be doing 20 barrels. I think we're each gonna get 10. The split.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Oh wow.
Wait till you clean out that mash tun, Jason.
Okay, now I see why I got invited. Okay, all right.
Yeah, well, come on, new guy. Oh, you know this by now.
Listen, I'm more than willing to do it. I've proven that already.
Well, don't worry. When you're helping me on the 21st, we got enough ladies that'll clean out the mash tun that day.
Got it.
And like I said, my goal that weekend is I'm just going to sit here on my desk, get my feet
Just
kicked up.
point fingers and just.
Yeah, here you go do this. Hey, Jason, show them how to do such and such.
There's another brew day on the day before, isn't there?
Yes.
There is. Okay, got it.
So actually,
yeah, that's right. Because you need 2 batches to fill a fermenter there.
the one that we're using, correct?
Yeah.
Because we're using one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
We're going to use this one right here, number 4, that I'm sitting next to. My light lager is in there right now as we speak.
Okay.
So
when does that get kegged up? Next week? Well, it's got to be next week.
Yeah, it's going to be kegged
empty.
up next week. Yeah, exactly. It'll be kegged up next week, and I'm actually going to have 2 beers getting released next week, believe it or not. I'm going to have next week's going to be my saison, and then this light lager right here.
Nice.
I almost wish these girls get here and help me clean the damn thing too.
Yeah. Well, can you talk about that a little bit? What does that cleaning process look like? Now, I imagine the pumps play a very key role in that.
Oh yeah, exactly. So pretty much what I'm doing is once I'm finished packaging, once I get below the racking arm, you see my racking arm, how it does that little swoop to it, and I turn it and get every little bit of beer out. And then I open up all the valves, I open up the hatch door, I spray down as much as I can with water and the hose, try and get as much of the yeast and everything down the drain. And then I put 10 gallons of 176 degree water. The only reason I know that is because it's right over there. 10 gallons of that with 300 to 500 milliliters of caustic. And then I hook the pump up, and I don't know. You've seen Jason how. Let me see if I can do this here. Hold on. We're gonna get all technical here. Grab the computer. All right. You see where this hose is coming down right here?
Okay, there's 2. There's one closest to you and one behind it.
The one that's got the valve attached to it.
Yeah. Okay, that's the one in the front. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. So that's what they call the clean in place arm. So if you look in the fermenter, you see there's a little ball up there and it turns. I've caught myself playing with it a couple times with the hose. Like hit the hose out and go, wee! So I'm like, oh, that's kind of fun. My owner caught me one day. He's like, what in the hell are you doing? I'm like, I'm watching the CIP arm turn. He's like, all right. So I do that. I let it run for about a half hour. And then I dump it. Then I turn the pump off. I drain it all out. And then I do a few extra steps that some places don't. But I kind of like it because it ensures that I'm getting clean. So I do a water rinse. I do another 10 gallons of 176 degree water, and I run that for another 20 minutes. Okay. I dump it, and then I do what they call the acid rinse, which is some kind of acid. that actually the acid helps strip all the caustic away, because caustic sometimes doesn't always come out with water. It's kind of like PBW, you know. So so the acid rinse is one of those ones that I do that with tap water, somewhat warm. I keep it as warm as I can until I run out of hot water, because I only got a 40-gallon water heater.
So let's kind of put a schedule around this. So you do a caustic wash, and then you put in regular hot water to kind of push that out. There's going to be residue left over, so that's where your acid
rinse
addition.
happens.
Okay, got it.
And
you're
then
done with that, and then tap water.
No, the acid rinse, and then I drain it again, and I'm done for the day.
You're done. Okay, got it.
And so then what I'll do is on brew day, when I go to use the said fermenter, I put another 10 gallons of room temperature water in there with my sanitizer, which you got a little bit on your hand that one brew day, the peracetic acid, which is our sanitizer.
Oh, I definitely remember that. That was weird what that did to my hand.
You had that little white streak down your hand. Yeah, I've done it myself. So I run that for 20 minutes, and then what I do after that is I hook up my whole knockout setup, my heat exchanger. Although I can't wait for you to come here, Jason. I've knocked one thing out from what I did before. The whole oxygenation thing.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that in line anymore.
Really?
So, yeah. Okay. So what I'm doing is, because you know how we got that little carb, so I had that little oxygenation zone, which is just a carb stone essentially. Yeah. What I'm doing is, once I get everything in the fermenter, then all of a sudden I have the connection for my carb stone hooked up, and I just let that run for 15 minutes. To oxygenate. I just oxygenate the whole batch instead of as it's going in.
I need to see this to fully put it together.
Yeah, but you won't see it. You won't see it because
but I'll at least
show you.
Yeah,
I'll show you.
That's what I mean.
I'll show you. It's real easy. So what I'm doing, you've never seen me carbonate. So you see that right there?
Yeah.
This is my carb stone. So when I carbonate my beer, I hook my CO2 up to this, and I let it go for 3 hours, and then I test the carbonation from there.
Okay.
So it's kind of like when you're doing the oxygenation zone.
Yeah.
But you let it go for so long, and then you taste it, and as long as it's where you're at, you run with it. But then there's another step that we're working on getting down here. There's a tool you can get called a ZOM. It'll actually measure your units of carbonation.
Okay.
Which we don't have here because it's a very expensive tool, but I think I have talked into getting me one pretty soon. That's going to be like my Christmas in July.
Is that a challenge you're dealing with? Is getting properly carbonated beer?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Because I can't measure it. I'm just going by mouthfeel and look and everything.
You're not the first person that I've heard that from. That's a challenge that small breweries have to deal with.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, because you have that, you go from undercarbed, and if you let it go for an extra half hour, bam, you're overcarbed now, and now you got a fucking foam bomb wherever you're going.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get my. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna turn my mic off. Sorry. Tell a story really quick. I gotta get a beer.
Oh my god. So, tell a story. Okay. All right. Oh boy, I'm getting put on the spot here. What is it? Oh, I know what to talk about. Okay. The timing of this episode is appropriate because we are coming upon the two biggest homebrewing competitions here in the Chicagoland area, and they're both within the same month. And I'm talking about Drunk Monk, which is put on by the Urban Knaves of Grain. Their competition will be in March, and their submission deadline for people that are dropping off is coming up this coming Wednesday, which is February 17th. all those that have paid for your entries, you have until the 17th to drop those off. I am one of those. I have one entry. The spots in the Drunk Monk competition sold out this year faster than I believe they ever have. So much to the point that they had to increase the entry limit to accommodate an extra 50 entries. Because the original plan was they were going to judge 350 entries, and they were able to increase that to 400 based on popular demand. So
Yes. And I was actually very upset that I couldn't join this year. I don't have the heart to join any homebrew competitions this year.
listen, you've moved up in the world, man.
That was GABF for me in the World Beer Cup.
Yeah. Well, I know you got your sight set on that, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've told you before, I will walk across that stage in Denver.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give myself within the next 5 years.
Yeah. Yes. No question about it. You will. I am looking up as we speak about the other competition, which is put on by the Brewers of South Suburbia, Boss. I'm talking about the Charlie Orr Memorial Cup, which is put on every year in the South Suburbs. Charlie Orr had to, I should say, last year being 2020, Drunk Monk got canceled. And
No, they had
Charlie
Drunk
Orr.
Monk.
Oh, that's okay. They were able to just get they were like last minute, right before everything, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was right. They had it right before everything got shut down.
Okay. All right. Oh, your memory's better than mine.
And I drink more than you do. What's your problem?
I know it's just a shitty memory. So Charlie Orr was postponed, but it did happen later on in the year. They were able to accept a number of entries. I think it was the fall time. Does that sound right? September, October?
September, October, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
they ended up having a virtual. They ended up having it, but they had to move it to Hailstorm and just keep it all up, wide spread out. Hailstorm has the room to do that, you know.
Yes,
and
they
then
do.
we can't forget about the one coming up in the fall. Our buddy Dave Fetty with the
Brickstoberfest.
Brickstoberfest, yeah.
Yes.
I think you and I didn't we donate a couple beers, Charlie Orr, last year because of goddamn COVID.
That's right. Oh my God. Yeah.
Was it? Did we?
Yes, we did.
We donate that fucking mead.
No, the mead was all gone. No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, it was the year. No, you're right. It was the year before we did the entries of that, and then we were thinking to ourselves, if we can hang on to enough that we can enter it a year later, imagine how freaking good it's going to be.
Yeah, exactly. I know we didn't hold on though. We drank it all. It was that good.
It was that good. Yes, it was. But you're right, and I think they took a bunch of heat for that too, because people had paid for their entries. They had they had submitted their beer, and the beer was just either got drank or it was just went to waste.
Well, no, they made hand sanitizer out of it. They donated it for hand sanitizer.
Is that
Charlie Orr's beers? We got our money. We had our money refunded for the spring one. We got our because I remember I entered a car. I had like two. And I remember I got my $16 back, and then they said to the email out saying, "Yeah, it was too big for everybody to get their beer back because everything was shut down." So
that's the one, yeah.
That we can not like we can go there and pick it up. We couldn't even be going to bars at this time.
Yeah.
So they donated all of it, get made as hand sanitizer, and I was like, well, at least it didn't go to waste, and not all the boss guys drank it all. Oh, I'm gonna say is all you guys that have been dropping beers off over at the world famous Brewing Ground in Bolingbrook, Illinois.
Yeah.
They've been very tasty entries. I wish I was judging them. I had a couple turns, but
okay, got it.
That's an ongoing joke that we always say when people drop out beers. Like,
right.
I'll let
very
you know how
tasty.
it tastes.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how it tastes in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, less than a week away from the entry deadline. Yeah.
So yeah, Charlie Orr is filled, right?
I'm not seeing any details about Charlie Orr.
I think they're.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what their plan is.
But Drunk Monk is full though.
Drunk Monk is full. Yes.
Okay, that's right. Drunk Monk is full. Charlie Orr, I think. Well, they're a couple weeks later. I hate to say it. I haven't followed nothing because I can't join anything, so I don't even care. I've been
Well,
seeing.
I mean, historically, it's been 2 weeks after Drunk Monk.
Well, actually, I'll find out Saturday when I go to Brewing. I'll go to work on Saturday because
I
we're
mean,
starting.
all you're going to see is entries for Drunk Monk.
Yeah, well, because I know people are going to start dropping off Charlie Orr at the same time too, because there's
Not
only
if they're
two.
not if the competition's not happening on time.
Oh, they haven't even. They're not even doing it yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. They don't have a scheduled opening yet.
Oh,
So
it's just
I'm
Drunk
not
Monk
sure.
right now.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess there's a possibility, and this is just hypothetical, that they may do something around the same time this year as they did last year, but they have nothing on
Nothing
their
out there.
main website. Yeah, that talks about when their submissions are open.
Okay, that reminds me. I'm going to work on this in the next couple weeks. I'm going to try and get the president UKG on here. She's actually a coworker of mine, and you know her too.
So, yeah, I remember that came up. Yeah,
Eileen?
yes.
She's the president of UKG.
That's awesome.
Uh-huh.
No, that'd be awesome to talk to her.
Yeah, I think I tried putting her on the spot one time, and she's like 6 o'clock. I'm normally cooking dinner at that time, but I'm sure we can talk to her and schedule her.
Okay.
So I'm sure we can get her in because
Yeah.
I would love to have her on. I love talking to her all the time.
Yeah, she knows a lot about mead too, right?
Oh God, yeah, she's a she's had a few of her recipes published in Zimmergy. You've actually had some of her beer. Remember a couple years ago when we were doing the Chaos Beer Fest, and I came back with that freaking goes that was unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, I do.
That was hers.
Okay. Oh wow.
Right?
Well done. Remember that day was like 105 degrees.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, it was just scorching.
Oh, I don't know.
So you can't get better weather for a goza than that.
Yeah, and actually, that was the day that you met Mr. Fetty on top of it.
Yes, it was. Yeah. No, I met a ton of people that day.
I just remember getting set up. I'm like, Dave? Paulie? Well, hell, let's drink some beer together. Oh, jeez.
All right.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. Ready
Phone was zinging over here.
to round up?
Yeah, let's get it wrapped up. It's been a long day.
All right. It's all good. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We will be back here next Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Our episodes are available on Facebook and YouTube. Our YouTube page has all of our past episodes in the video section. We've been doing weekly episodes since the beginning of COVID-19, talking about all things beer and beer making and topics relevant to home brewing. So check out our back catalog. We also have a past or a catalog of audio episodes, podcasts under the same name, A Nice Place to Brew, that's available on all the podcasting platforms. Check us out there. Our website is www.aniceplacetobrew.com, and our social media links are at Nice Place to Brew and Nice Place to Brew. Hope everybody has a very, very nice weekend. We will see you back here next week. And before we close up, we raise a glass and we say, water, malt, hops, and yeast? Nope, not tonight. It takes a lot of good beer to make great beer. Cheers.
Cheers.